Hello everybody, Raam Anand here, founder of Yogis and producer and publisher of the super hit series of books, Here's How I Did It. Let's begin this presentation by, the three big blunders experts make, resulting in lack of clients, cash flow and credibility. Let's begin this presentation by defining who is an expert in our context. An expert is someone that solves other people's problems for a profit. The keywords here are rather both problem and profit. Unless, of course, passion is so important, so necessary. Unless you have a profit motive, people, like if you're an expert and if you're trying to build an expert empire, profit is also equally important apart from passion. And experts take different forms like authors, speakers, coaches, consultants, teachers, professionals, service providers, and entrepreneurs. Some experts have designations such as CEO, CTO, marketing head, sales head, and also professional titles like doctor, lawyer, dentist, artist, musician, and so on and so forth. But nevertheless, an expert solves problems for a fee, and this thread remains common amongst all experts. So, what's your expertise? Put your name followed by what you are an expert at into the QA box on the screen, and it's interactive. And during this online meetup, I'll be using some of the inputs you provide in the examples and exercises today. So go ahead and put your name and what you're an expert at into the box here. All right. And here's a little background information, background story on who I am and what I do. And first of all, why you should listen to me. And don't worry, I will keep it short. Some of you may already know me from belonging to one of my masterminds or one of our customers, members, JV partners, or good old buddies. But if you don't know my story, I started as the last of the three children to my parents. I was born after a gap of 7 long years, and I grew up being alienated by my 2 elder brothers. I wasn't the brightest kid in school, did fairly well in college, but could not complete my graduation. I had to leave college to support the family. I started my professional career as a programmer way back in the 90s. In 2001, I first got exposed to online marketing, and from then on, it was a huge learning experience. Just like any new adventure, it was full of challenges, learning, correcting, failing, and learning again. It took me 3 decades to learn that I have 5 great skills and I am horrible at 1,000 others. But you and I have some common traits. Like we both are fighters. We like to help people, and we are always independent. We are creative. We are persistent and have a burning desire to constantly improve, constantly grow, and elevate ourselves for a better life. Right? Of course, right. In 2006, I founded my own internet marketing agency called Yogis, and today I am honored to say that Yogis is the largest internet marketing agency in Asia. We went from a one-man operation to more than 100 employees in 5 years and several $1 million in revenue. That was a big feat for me, coming from such a background. During all these glorious years in business, I have had the opportunity to tour the world several times, visit dozens of countries, and meet some of the most brilliant minds in the industry, and work with hundreds of JV partners and thousands of satisfied clients. It took me all over the world, cruises, vacations, and Miss Universe pageant, to name a few, everywhere. It was so fun. The life was at ease, very colorful because of the career that I chose. I also distilled my perspectives of the IM industry into a book that I wrote and published from our own publishing company, Stardom Publishing. I'm also the publisher of the hit series I already told you of Here's how I did it. This book series have become very, very popular and downloaded thousands of times. And these are business anthologies where I featured leading experts from various industries and published their stories, perspectives, and insights. I also really feel blessed and honored to be the president of InfoYogis, founder of Stardom Alliance, creator of the Stardom Test, and developer of several brands including Site-Launch System, Agency Riches, and Brand Go Live. I help people become famous and well-known by publishing them from Stardom Books and Stardom Publishing, my two publishing companies. I am also an author, entrepreneur, and a speaker. I speak at conferences and seminars around the world. I conduct webinars and Google Plus Hangouts on a regular basis. Okay, that was quick, wasn't it? All right, let's dive right in and tackle the 3 big blunders most experts make and what to do about that. I have worked with many experts in various industries and found that these issues spiral up and result in lack of clients, poor cash flow, discouraged ego, and the biggest and most important of all, unrecognized and underutilized expertise. Unrecognized and underutilized expertise. Well, we're all, have seen this, and we're going to tackle these issues by solving the top 3 blunders plaguing the expert industry. And let's start with the first one, which I call as the unknown expert. This is one of the most common, and here's what it means. A person with exceptional abilities that solves people's problems, but people are unaware of or unheard of this obvious expert. The unknown expert is also known as the anonymous or unidentified expert. There are people out there, they have specific problems that our unidentified expert can solve, but the problem is they don't know that here's an expert to their rescue. And I will talk more about the audience and how to find a big chunk of people in this category later, but for now, understand that unknown expertise can be harmful for the expert's career. Experts tend to spend a vast amount of their time in honing up their expertise and keeping the and keep the get known factor to the back burner most of the time, pushing them down into the unknown-sphere where nobody knows about them. It's sad, but it doesn't have to be like this. But this is what is happening for most experts in various industries, in various topics. And we're going to solve this problem right here during this presentation. And on the other hand, a known expert is someone who gets all the attention, recognition, and profits, of course. For example, when I was looking for, getting LASIK done for my vision correction several years back, I actually started wearing glasses and spectacles like when I was from high school, so I was fed up with this, and when I started learning about LASIK, I postponed the decision for more than 6-7 years because I didn't want to trust my vision, trust my eyes with some technology or someone that can probably hurt my vision permanently, and I had this fear inside me until I met Dr. Andrew Castor at Los Angeles, and when we met, he, even though we didn't know each other, he instantly impressed me by handing me his book, which he had written on LASIK and the LASIK surgery, and he was an expert at that. I perceived him as the topmost expert in LASIK because he was the one who had written this book, and the next week I was at his clinic, spent $5,000-$6,000 for getting my vision corrected, but I'm glad I did. I went to the best expert, and I got my LASIK done, and he instantly built rapport with me because I perceived him as an expert, because he did something that no other expert did. Maybe there were other people who were equally or even more qualified than Andrew Castor, but I went through Andrew because I perceived him as an expert. Now he was no longer an unknown expert, he was a known expert for me. And that's what made me choose him over others to get my LASIK surgery done. All right, what happens to an unknown expert? Let's see. Personal branding is an active process, and you can't let your expertise sell you. Gone are those days. You must sell your expertise. That's so important today. And number two, if people can't find you, you're non-existent. Sad but true. If your audience can't find you, you can't be chosen or approached to solve their problems. That's dead simple, right? And next, unknown experts end up with the lack of clients or customers, poor cash flow, and a dwindling reputation, even though they are the best in their industries, in their trades. How many of you have seen extraordinary people with great talents, skills, and abilities go unnoticed and eventually going broke? We all have seen such unknown experts everywhere, haven't we? Unknown experts can still be experts, but they won't be in business for long if they remain unknown. In that sense, the basic fuel that keeps an expert going is solving problems, and no fuel means no movement. Now let's see what to do about this problem. My friend and one of my mentors, Brandon Bouchard, says, if you want to see a positive change, you must, something must come to you, or something must come from within you. Something must come out of you, or something must come within you. Something coming to you is like winning a lottery or getting an inheritance from an unknown uncle somewhere. Or something coming out of you is you create something, you do something, you let the world know, you let your message out, you give voice to your message and let it go out and spread and reach your audience. That is something coming out of you. And one of the most effective strategies for experts to gain authority is becoming an author or getting written about in a published book. And second way is get media and publicity attention by registering as an expert. Here's a resource, helpareporter.com. This is a resource from New York Times to ABC News to HuffingtonPost.com and everyone in between. Nearly 30,000 members of the media have quoted Haro, that's what is known as Haro sources in their stories. Everyone's an expert at something. You're an expert. Sharing your expertise may land you that big media opportunity you have always been looking for. So go ahead and register for helpareporter.com as an expert. And here's an exercise. Go to Google and check your name. Are the results consistent with the kind of image and positioning you want to project to the world out there? Check it out. If yes, then look at ways you can improve that. If no, continue with this presentation, continue with this meetup, and let's figure out what you need to do. Right? Here's what you need. Number one, a professional picture that shows you mean business. Use your own picture, not a logo actually. Some people do that. A logo, cartoon, or any other graphic. Use your own professional picture and business attire if you want to be known as an expert. It goes a long way in building rapport and adds that personal touch. And the next one you need is an all-star profile on LinkedIn. Whether you like it or not, people will always search for you online before they do any business, anything with you. A professionally crafted profile on LinkedIn will almost always, show up first in the list when people search online, especially when people search for names. And here are 7 easy steps to create an all-star profile on LinkedIn. Ready? Let's begin. Number 1, use a professional photo. According to LinkedIn, adding a profile photo makes your profile 7 times more likely to be found in searches. Profiles with no photo are perceived as incomplete or dormant and are less likely to be viewed according to LinkedIn, and they have stats to prove that. Using the wrong type of photo can be even worse than having no photo at all, like cartoon, pet, etc., etc. Avoid photos like with these photos like this, like with pets, kids, significant others, and anything that, sometimes even food. Yeah, that's okay for Facebook, but not for a professional profile photo. Excuse me. And these photos, like anything that could be viewed as inappropriate for business, avoid that. Remember, LinkedIn is a professional networking site for business, so use a photo that reflects a professional business image in a business attire. Create an informative headline and include your industry and location. You have 120 characters in your headline, so quickly tell people what you do. And don't use just your job title. Include the areas of expertise for which you wish to be known and found in searches. Using brief, informative, and compelling keywords will help people find you and will lead to more profile views. Make sure you tell people what it is that defines your personal brand. Also, be sure to include the industry you work in and your geographic location and your headline as well, because it's important for searches. And next, complete the summary section of your profile. The summary section of your LinkedIn profile is your professional elevator pitch. It's a way to describe who you are, what you do, what you have done, what you're passionate about, and what makes you unique, and what are the problems that you solve. One thing to keep in mind is that this is your personal profile, not your company profile. People are on this page, on your profile page, because they are interested in learning about you, so be sure to distinguish yourself from your company. Also, your LinkedIn profile isn't a formal resume, so avoid sounding like one in the summary. Make sure or make your summary profile conversational. Make it interesting. Tell stories and paint a picture of yourself, but remember to keep it professional always. And it goes without saying, but be sure to proofread your summary before posting to your profile. So important. Add your current position and previous work history. LinkedIn states that having your 2 most recent positions makes your profile 12 times more likely to be found. Be sure to include a description with your current position and at least 2 or more previous positions. Also include any board or volunteer positions that may be of interest or value to your network. Don't forget those. And since it isn't a resume, don't go overboard with previous work history details and accolades. A simple summary and some top accomplishments should suffice. All right. Unless you're a recent graduate with very little experience, avoid adding jobs you had in high school or college, like temp jobs. If you've been out of college for a while, listing internships is probably unnecessary. Add skills and expertise. The skills and expertise section of your LinkedIn profile gives you an opportunity to show your specific and detailed areas of your expertise. You get to showcase all that you bring to the table, so avoid being too vague or too general, but rather list specialties that you have. Adding skills and expertise also gives your connections the ability to endorse you in those specific skills. At a minimum, you should include, I think it's at least 5 or more skills to qualify for an all-star profile. Include your education details, which is very, very important. Don't forget to include education details in your profile. Add the higher education schools that you attended, degrees that you received, specializations, awards, and any details that are relevant to your professional profile. One of the ancillary benefits of adding the school you attend is that it allows your fellow alumni to find you and connect with you. So cool. If you didn't finish a degree, you should still include information about your attendance, because You may find people who attended the same college or same university. If you didn't attend college, listing high school is preferred to listing no education details at all, and not including education details on your profile will cause your profile to be incomplete and could raise unnecessary questions for your expertise or questioning your expert empire. Next, get connected. LinkedIn requires you to have at least 50 or more connections in order to achieve a completed profile, but they have made it very easy to find and add people to your network. You can easily upload contacts from the mail programs like Outlook, Hotmail, Gmail by logging into your personal email and seeing who has a LinkedIn profile. I use something called as a Rapportive, a plugin from Rapportive, that when I receive an email, I'll instantly know whether they are on LinkedIn, and if they are on LinkedIn and if they are not connected with me, I can click a button and connect with them right there from within my email. It's called Rapportive, Rapportive. You can just Google it and find out. And you can browse profiles of your coworkers, your former coworkers and college classmates. So go ahead and do that and add them to your network. And one piece of often ignored advice you should follow is to be sure to write a personal message when you send out invitations. Try to give some context to your association as well, instead of going and using the canned message like, "Hi, I want to connect with you on LinkedIn," so and so, da da da. Instead of that, use a little imagination, use a little, give a little context and connect with your prospects so that they don't mark you as a spam. Well, with a little bit of effort, you can easily complete your LinkedIn profile and achieve the all-star profile strength. A complete and robust profile helps you stay connected and extends your personal brand as well as your business. Keeping your profile updated and fresh matters on LinkedIn. So go ahead and do it. And be sure to update your profile regularly if you want to keep your profile strength score up. And don't forget to proofread always. And what do we have next? Positioning message. Create your one-line expert positioning message. And this is what actually defines you, and this is how the world sees you. One way to do this is using this template here, like my name is dash, I help dash, like SA means specific audience. I help my specific audience solve, do, create dash, which is a problem, task, or something, so that dash the specific result. For example, here's mine. My name is Raam. I help experts solve the 3 big problems in the industry so that they become famous, well-known, and boost their reputation, credibility, and authority. Another way to do it is to model Hollywood-style movie summaries. An entire movie is explained in one simple sentence. For example, a young man and a woman from different social classes fall in love aboard an ill-fated voyage at sea. Which movie I'm talking about? If you guessed the Titanic, you're absolutely right. It was easy, wasn't it? All right. There's a lot to cover, so let's talk about the second big blunder, KSA. KSA stands for knowledge, skills, and abilities. Experts have very high level of KSA in their topic of expertise. However, the key to success is in finding and leveraging other people's KSA. One of my clients, Paul, is a legal expert. When he figured out and started leveraging other people's KSA, his business exploded. He has thenceforth, I don't know whether that's even correct grammar, thenceforth, I remember reading somewhere. He has published a book, runs online campaigns, produces valuable content for his audience, sends out a newsletter, and so on and so forth. He does a lot of things. And he doesn't have to do all these things, actually. He has found other experts to do them all for him. And that's leveraging KSA. This is exactly how most celebrities in various industries, stars and celebrities, sports people, movie stars, they publish books, produce movies, and create documentaries. It's their perspectives that matter the most. The presentation that you're watching now is a result of my own example of finding and leveraging KSA, for example. Because I was struggling to learn and use different technologies to connect online events. And I found a cool software platform called the world's greatest webinar platform. And it's a software that I set up on one of my domains, and I can run unlimited webinars, hangouts, and online events with unlimited number of participants from all over the world, and all using Google's infrastructure. I found my KSA at celebrity-famous.com/webinar-setup. That's again www.celebrity-famous.com/webinar-setup. All right. What happens if you don't find and leverage KSA? Let's see. Experts end up burning out all their energy trying to do everything on their own. Too bad. Next, it takes time to acquire a new skill and a lot more time to master it in order to make it useful. And who has time for new learning nowadays? I don't have. And if you believe in your expertise, if you think you could help other people, if you trust in your situation, or if you trust in your solution to their problems, then it is your duty to serve as many people as you can. And this can happen only if you find and leverage other people's knowledge, skills, and abilities to reach maximum number of your audience. All right? True? Yes or yes? Okay, here are some strategies, tips, and resources for you to solve this particular problem of finding KSA. Number one, KSA can be found in your own circles. Check your Facebook and LinkedIn networks to start with. Most easy and trusted sources. Ask a question in a relevant group and you get recommendations from actual users. Find plenty of resources on sites like Fiverr.com, Elance.com, and Odesk.com. There are plenty of talent there. And I have found talent and ready-to-use resources from market.envato.com and Amazon Mechanical Turk. Check them out. For most of my websites, I don't do them myself. I have an assistant that uses optimized press theme on WordPress to create all those beautiful websites for me. I don't do my websites, and I don't pay a graphic designer every time I want to do a website. I have this cool tool that I use called Optimized Press and get all these beautiful websites done for me. And here's your exercise. Build a virtual support team. Make a list with various KSA that you can tap into whenever you want. You need this list. If you want to build your expert empire, you need to build a list of KSA or service providers. Whether you need them right now or not, you can go ahead and make a list. Suppose you may need help with customer support. You may need help with graphic designing. You may need help with any part of your business. You need accountant. You just make a list of all the different professional skills that you need that you can easily outsource or get external help from. All right, now here comes the most important one, the biggest blunder that experts are making and what to do to fix this killer. Message multiplier. In order to get even more famous, well-known, and spread your message across, you need to focus on multiplying the reach of your message. First of all, most experts make the big blunder of not letting their message go out there and multiply. They do the other way around. They think that they have expertise and people will come looking for them. That's not going to happen. And the next, the strategy that I'm going to teach you next, I owe this strategy to Callan Rush, a world-famous author and event expert. Let me begin and let me explain. Okay, let's do another exercise together. Right now, please do your best to imagine all of your perfect, ideal clients, ideal prospects all around the world. Do that. These people have the exact problem that you solve, and or in some cases literally dying for your solution. These people deeply, very urgently, immediately need your program. Imagine your ideal prospects like that. Are you thinking about your perfect clients? Great. The people that are perfect, ideal clients for you can be broken down into the following percentages. 3% actively shopping, 7% open to you, 30% aware for future, 30% unconscious, and 30% no-nos. Let's start with the first category. 3% of your clients are actively shopping for your solution right now. 3%, of your potential perfect clients are actively shopping for your programs, products, or services. These people have some kind of problem in their life and are sick and tired of dealing with it. Maybe it's a health problem, maybe it's a relationship problem, maybe it's a financial problem. Whatever problem they face, they have had enough of it, and they want to get rid of it as quickly as possible, and they have made a decision. They want a solution to this nagging problem forever. They are now just deciding where to buy the solution. Compared to the other categories, did you notice how small this 3% group of potential clients is? Tiny. What else is true? Everyone with an even remotely similar product, program, or service to yours will be marketing to this exact same group. More accurately, they will be in a dogfight to get the attention of these active shoppers. It's a highly competitive market segment. Very, very competitive. Now let's look at the second category of your ideal clients. 7% of your clients are open to your programs, but they are not actively shopping. These individuals have the problem you solve, and while open to listening to you talking about your solution, they are not actively shopping for you. They have not made the decision to purchase. Oh, what's happening? They have not made the decision to purchase a solution yet. That wasn't a tongue twister, but still. Okay, the third category of your ideal clients is a big category. Let's examine it closely. 30% of your clients are aware they need a solution, but sometime in the future. This is a significant segment of your market. 30% of your ideal clients know they need a solution to a nagging problem, but they keep putting off investing in it. They say they will invest in a solution, it's just a matter of time. Maybe when the kids get out of school. Maybe when the kids are back in school. Maybe when time and cash flow frees up. Maybe as part of next year's New Year's resolutions. Possible. They want a solution. They just haven't made getting one a priority yet. Here's the fourth category. 30% of your clients are simply unconscious. Meaning this is a group of your ideal clients that should be looking for you, but are either not conscious they have a problem, or that someone like you exists that can help them with something they are suffering with. Remember the unknown expert earlier? Part of this problem. Either way, they are also not actively shopping for you. And finally, 30% of your perfect ideal clients are simply no-nos, which means these people have the problem you solve, but for whatever reason are not ready to invest in a solution. They will use many excuses why they are not shopping for a solution. They may mention money is the reason. They may mention time. They may say energy. In my experience, often their consciousness. These no-no people, bless their hearts, may simply be more attached to the suffering at this moment in their time than they are to getting a remedy for it. So we bless these people and set them free, hoping we can serve them sometime in the future when they happen to move themselves into another category. Okay, here's what I have seen in my many years of business experience. The number one reason why most experts fail is they are in a dogfight for the tiny 3% of active shoppers. The tiny 3%. You see, most marketing in most industries is designed to only reach that 3% people actively or already actively searching for a solution. Most experts spend their time and energy to trying to win this highly competitive dogfight. Now let's see what we can do about this and how to reach the big 67% of your idea prospects. The solution part. Ready? Good. Let's go. Number 1. Start by reaching the less competitive 67% of the audience. Create a separate positioning message that matches with the exact profile of your audience. Let me repeat that. Create a specific separate message or a positioning message that matches with the exact profile of your audience for the remaining 67% of your audience. Next, get their attention by claiming a stake on your topic. Super important. Become the authority on your topic. Narrow it down and own it. Claim and own it. Reach out to them with your experience, expertise, and insights. Content marketing at play. Today, marketing is all about telling or teaching. Publish content, publish tips, resources, and become the go-to person on your topic. People will love you for being resourceful and respond positively to your offers. Remember, I chose Dr. Andrew Castor as my LASIK surgeon because he handed me a book that he wrote on his topic. I didn't know he even existed before that, and I didn't find him somewhere. Like, I didn't find him from referrals or find him from searching online. I found him because he showed up in front of me and handed me a book. That's how important it was. The strategy is, rather. Figure out who else are serving the adjacent audience that you had ignored earlier, the 67%, and piggyback on them to reach those people. See who else is serving this 67% of the audience that you're after and seek their friendship, connection, and strike up joint venture deals with these people. Start at a very high level of introduction. Contact directly the owner or the CEO if that's relevant. Show these people that you are the authority on the topic. Share your insights and perspectives. Share your story with them. This is serious, folks. The root of all these problems, lack of clients, lack of publicity, poor cash flow, not getting the recognition and the positive ego boost that you truly deserve, all these boils down to solving and winning the positioning game.